These days, everyone asks for Sakash within Brahmin family and for the outside world also. There is need to give cooperation of Sakash. Sakash is the light and might, and Baba says that light and might can be received when intellect is clear. We could connect intellect with Baba so that the current, Sakash also means current, and that current is of light, and within that light there is also power, like current has power. So first I have to receive from Baba Sakash, and then wherever it's necessary, we should also share Sakash with the elements. There is so much fire, earthquakes, flooding, so many different kinds of natural calamities. So we share Sakash with these elements, and also to create very, very loving, peaceful vibrations in the world. So first we receive from Baba, and if for that I become just a point of light, removed intellect from everyone and everything, I am alone, just a soul, and I take my eternal form, pure, loveful, peaceful. I am a pure soul, a peaceful soul, a loveful soul. And in this eternal form, my mind is quiet, is peaceful, very stable. And when mind is peaceful and stable, intellect becomes free to go upwards. So from Baba, one who is ever ignited light, Baba is ocean of love. Baba is ocean of peace. Baba is almighty. So I connect with one Baba, and I take Sakash from Baba, for the soul, then first give Sakash to your own body through your breath of love and peace. With the breath of God's power, I send through thought and through breathing all these powers and qualities to each part of my body. So it is healed, makes it free from tension, giving Sakash to the body. And then I look at all the elements. There is fire. Fire is the heat in the body. There is air. We breathe the air. There is earth. And that is our flesh. Sky. Is when we speak within the mouth. That part of ether. So take every element, which is also part of body. Spread the vibrations. So that everyone is protected. And elements provide for the survival and the sustenance of the body. Enough sunlight, enough water, for our farming, so all the vegetables, fruits, grains to grow properly, so that everyone gets enough to eat. Through our vibrations, we keep the air clean from negativity, from pollutions. So we spread the vibrations of love, of peace, God's power, so that the vibrations remain very pure, peaceful, kindness, and nonviolence, compassion. And these vibrations help other human beings to change the sanskars of violence so that there can be love and peace in the world for all human beings, for all elements, for all animals. Everything in the world becomes Satopradhan. Now, through Baba's Drishti, we take again Sakash from Baba. We look at Baba's center of forehead and take light, Baba's love, and all powers.
Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 30th, pilgrimage of remembrance.
Om Shanti. Remembrance of Baba is actually thinking of Baba with love. When there is love, remembrance is natural. Not only that, but whenever there is a love, to get connected with that person takes less than a second. In love, you think here, A person is 10,000 miles away, anywhere, will get the thought, so it gets very quickly connected. Loveful thought. Because in that love, of course, there is a relationship, there is sharing, like our love for Baba. I think most of us did some bhakti, some kind of worshipping, even in different religions. So there was this love for God, love for divine, or believing there is someone supreme. So there was love. And then in some religions, they consider God as Father. But for us, in Hindu tradition, they always sang and thought of God as Mother and Father, always. That is why there, even the land and the country, they call it motherland. Bharat, we call it motherland. Or so with Baba also, with God also, there was always this prayer, Thou art mother and father. Then, of course, friend and guide and Sadguru. All the relationships are mentioned in the prayer. Every night we will do that prayer before sleeping. So there was this faith and love, or it different from each person, like different from, like I always had love, but also belief that my origin and my support is really strength is from God. So when I have love with Baba, so Baba taught me, no, how to love him, right? Mm. We didn't know even how to love because we were so much used to body consciousness love. If I do not shake hand, if I do not, some people will say, we go to different places, culture, they hug, and so love was always expressed in some physical way. You cook nicely, you host person with lot of love. But the way Baba taught us love, Baba taught us how to love. And what is love? First time Baba, when Shiv Baba wanted to be known, recognized, for Brahma Baba to accept him, for few days, I think 1 week or 2 weeks, Baba came in one very mature, very lovely soul. I don't remember the name now. And Shiv Baba will enter in that sister. And they used to call with lot of love. What we call Pew means, you are my only one lover or father. And then through that sister will make Baba and Mama sit in front of them and taught them to take drishti. So there was this meeting, sharing of love, recognition through the drishti. For me, all the recognition came was through drishti. Looking at Brahma Baba, taking drishti from Baba, even before Murli in meditation, but also while listening Murli, there was total concentration, and we will look at Baba. Of course, we knew Shiv Baba will come and will speak, but also he will see us through eyes, right? Share love with also. So it was really through drishti, there was a real meeting, real recognition. And eyes are really very, very important. You will find that when there is a lot of love, you look at that person with love, share drishti. But if there is not enough love, you won't hold on to drishti. So it's like when you love a person, but Baba taught us to share love from soul to soul, which was very new for us. Even now, when the love really we express is through drishti. Now I have love for Baba, and Baba has love for me. Mm. That is why when we look at or take drishti from Avyak Babdada, drishti is so important. Mm. Many, many souls. Mm. Okay, give us toli or not, but give drishti. Give drishti. So we don't give drishti, but it's like we share love and like we are meeting in that purest, with purest love in soul consciousness. Mm. So within our family, mm, Baba's children, sharing of love through drishti is method to share love. Now Baba is also sharing love with drishti, right? And I think we do feel it, right? But today when Baba said that Baba is magnet, so if there is rust on the needle, you will not able to pull the magnet. That means love of Baba. You will know Baba loves me, but to feel that love, intellect will say, yes, Baba loves me. We believe Baba loves me. But how do I take that love, share that love? For that, Baba said, even remembrance, but if there is rust. So I kept thinking, what kind of rust on the intellect? What is rust on the intellect? Because many, many things, iron things, metal things we see, they get rusted, right? See, so rust could be, we know it is from the sanskars, different sanskars of body consciousness. So how do I remove that rust? I know not recently, but once Baba was saying mm, they have to use some kind of, chemicals to remove the rust. Mm. So I want you all to reflect, to start churning together with me. Because as Baba saying later on also that when you contemplate, that means you involve your mind in churning, reflection, contemplation. We call it Vichar Sagar Manthan. Manthan is churning. Churn, go deeper into that. And then it will become energy and the power. One of the example Baba always gave, you eat something and you just swallow it but not chew it properly. There is a lot of importance to chew the food slowly. And when you chew it, then your enzymes start working. So your food can change into kind of energy like blood and whatever is needed, that food get transformed. But if you only swallow food, only your stomach is digesting because enzymes didn't get. That is why they say that there is a saying that the food should be eaten in such a way, because even when you are eating, you all know that in the mouth the saliva gets produced. No, you eat and you could feel like sometimes you feel your watering of the mouth, they call it. Oh, I saw this food, my mouth start watering. That saliva is producing. And that saliva, when goes together with the food, that's the really strength comes. So eating food is not swallowing food, but that's why take a bite and then do it with remember. That means knowledge is also like that. I listened morely, I read morely, I heard morely. So, but then when I read morely, naturally the contemplation and reflection, that is chewing, has to begin. Because while listening, I have to be attentive, full concentration, listen every word, and then reflect on that. So many subtle questions will arise, which is very good. So I like the point that when you do Manan Chintan, contemplation and churning, then it becomes your power. It's a very simple logic, right? That even the food, why we eat? For eating, for energy. And really, if again now, because if we are able to remember Baba while eating, then very satoguni energy will go into the body, mm, which keeps your body healthy, uh, keeps your skin, your sparkle on. Everything is from the food, isn't it? But how it is eaten, same as knowledge. So don't just make listening and reading of Murli as a routine. Mm. Every morning, everyone should listen from Murli from beginning to the end. Not just little here, little there, then I read it. It's like a routine, at least I could say I have read Murli, I have heard Murli. That's not a study. Do you study like this in college, school? Mm. You sit in the class, then you go out, then you sit in class, then you go out. Is that study? Mm. So our register of the morning Murli, mm, because in path of bhakti also start happening. People worship 8 o'clock, then doesn't matter at 10, then 12. I saw myself in my one of the Lokik family member, mm, that she started at 8, then oh, I have to give breakfast to children, so 10. Now let everyone have lunch. They have gone 12:30. So garland is lying there in Bombay. Most of the apartments they get the garland, and the garland man will deliver it. It's hanging on the door. So when the woman of the house is free, he'll take that and garland or prayers, whatever they do. Our Murli reading shouldn't be like Bhakti. Oh, at least I read Murli. I read Murli. If there is no time, then read or listen after Amrit Vela, before Amrit Vela. If there is the routine of like you have to do something before starting any Karma Yoga, listening full Murli is the register which a good student will have. Doesn't matter whatever level you are. I saw with Dadis. For me also, after Amrit Vela, I just turn on Murli, listen Murli. Because that time it's like not only direction of Baba, but this is what we will teach others also, right? I will not be able to tell anyone if I am not doing myself, right? And then I find 6:15 Murli begins in English. I like to hear. So after that, I have so many, not only churning begins, but I feel so good. I look at Baba. That's what Brahma Baba and as Baba's children we are supposed to do. is to listen only fully in the morning. Not only because I have to read, I am available, otherwise not. So study in such a way that churning begins, and that is like chewing begins. And then you start seeing how powers also emerge at the right time. I have very two big important points which raises questions also is when today Baba said, of course, is that rust has to be removed through remembrance. I will take up something tomorrow, but it is like when the next immediately Baba said, now rust could also be thoughts of others. Because next point Baba immediately said about karmatit stage. And karmatit stage is where intellect is not pulled towards anyone, anything. Whether it's a situation from the past, it could be a human being, and so otherwise there is karma bondage and is pulling the intellect in any way or thoughts. So if the karmatit is that means intellect is still being pulled, so rust is there. So my beloved Baba magnet, you will not feel the pull. And I remember Dadi Janki so many times saying, and I was also thinking, sometimes you really feel Baba is pulling me to give me love, to give me power, to give me directions. Otherwise, it's manmat, right? Or if whatever someone else said I have to do. But I should feel coming from Baba. So that experience of rust being removed and connection of karmati stage, because then you feel magnet is being pulled towards me. So that Janki always you say, I remember Baba, but I know that how much Baba remembers me. And she sometimes used to feel proud. She said, oh, Baba remembers me. Baba remembered me. Sometimes Adi Prakash Mani will give her some direction. And she immediately said, oh, Baba thought of me, gave me this service. You understand? So now you churn until tomorrow evening. What you churning? And then even further than that was very interesting. Even I don't have answer until now. To be the conqueror of the matter. Matter will become your server and all powers will work if you have received the blessing. If you got the blessing of being conqueror of matter. So I start thinking how that blessing comes. Is it because I use my organs for seva, do karma yoga, or when there is sickness, I am in bodiless stage? What brings the blessing of being conqueror of matter? That's my big question. So 3 points mainly. Rust has to be removed so that magnet Baba can feel the pull or I can pull Baba. And karmatit stage and conqueror of the matter. So that blessing, really time now is not when you keep making efforts, it's like walking, not even running. And we have to fly. Unless I have blessing, I don't know how many of you believe in power of blessing. Even in the Lokik life, I remember, at least in my time, blessing from grandparents, blessing from parents. Blessing had an important role. And blessing is there like somebody had guaranteed me with something, with the trust that I will not misuse it. I will use it properly. It's like a giving the kind of key to the treasures, right? To the treasures. So these three aspects I thought were very much which needs churning. But also for it's a lot of homework, really from one Murli. We then when Baba said don't spend time in gossiping, but there is no time then, right? If our mind and intellect not busy, so they think about this past, present, this influence, that influence all the time. So study properly, Murli, then start reflecting. And then, as Baba said, keep singing the qualities of Baba. मेरे गुण गाते रहो. You will become like all the qualities, but you singing for Baba will become your qualities. So if I am busy churning knowledge, keep saying, Wow, Baba, you are ocean of love. Wow, Baba, it's your miracle. So there is no time for mind and even to speak things which are not necessary. Hmm. So if we make efforts accurately, which I think we should write how much time is left. Hmm. Making efforts accurately starts from early morning, sitting with Baba, then listening to Murli. Hmm. And if there is no time at that time, just make few points or later on. Hmm. And then churn, sing Baba's praise, Baba's qualities. So you become a candidate to receive the blessing. You have to be candidate for that. No? It's not everyone gets all the blessings. Dadi Janki, when she came last in summer, I think she had only one slogan: Prakriti Jeet, Karma Teet, Vikarma Jeet. Prakriti Jeet is conqueror of matter, conqueror of past sinful actions. Hmm. Karma Teet means completely free from any bondage of past sanskars or karmas. Do we want to achieve that goal or no? Someone else has to do it. We are students of Baba. We are children of Baba. That's the aim Baba has given us. If we don't do it, who else will do? And if we do, then you tell someone, share with someone, they will do. Right? So we don't want to be pundits, right? We want to be Baba's real children, that whatever we practical, Baba says we do it. Our dadis, I know Didi Mohini, she was such in that age. She was real student. She will come in the morning and write notes. Then she shares with other dadis. And during day, how many times reminding each other, are you in remembrance of Baba? It has become like, "Kya Baba yaad hai? Baba yaad hai." So that kind of wave, that kind of energy at this time is very important. So today also someone wrote about Sakash. I said, of course we will do as a family. They're expecting some earthquake. There are so much fires again in California that they still seeing the smoke and ashes, and they expect a lot of flooding has happened this year. This is only in one country, two countries, but all over the world. If you turn on about floods and you say Delhi has Delhi has a lot of floods yesterday. Very, very high kind of water all over. Because elements are, uh, Baba says, Tamo Pradhan, but I always say, we have anger, they have more than us, right? Or at least we'll have same. Mm. So who will be affected? We creating that energy. Mm. What is in the air? Anger, greed, attachment. And what we doing through Sakash? Mm, we helping the souls. We helping ourselves. So every evening we will do some Sakash. As many are requesting, can a Vyakti Parivar do Sakash? I said, of course, we will do it. Because when we do it, we receive it and then we give. Mm. So this is my request, and we all do collectively good efforts, good study, churning, contemplation. And then we have question now about who will receive blessing. Hmm. So I have to be the candidate. Then how I become candidate, right? So today is Mama's Day, and when I think of Mama, image of remembrance. Can you imagine? She knows that I'm leaving body after 7 days, and her face is blossoming, and I can't believe. When I say I can't believe, because I think that should be the stage. Amazing, right? Here, little pain happen here, there, and how much we go down. And really, if you don't take pain in the mind, it will go through the body. It will go. As soon as we take it little bit, then it overcomes little more. So our effort has to be like Mama, very stable, unshakable, and from face glorify God. Doctors were amazed. It's completely, because that's I want to lay body, like that. Suppose this is the moment to lay body. And I'm looking like, no, nothing. Then what? What will be my future? As is the end, so is the beginning. No? That we always have to remember. And these days, any moment can be for anyone, young, old, whosoever. Mhm. So also the verse, two words Baba used is sleep of carelessness today. If you are careless, or if you have intoxication of temporary attainment, so that could also be sleep of carelessness. It's okay. Whatever I could do, I'm doing. I'm doing my best. I don't think that's the best, right? So no gossip, no carelessness. This very subtle carelessness, which we all have to overcome. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, dear Avyakti Parivar. Every day in a confluence age is a special day. We learn something new from Baba every day. Today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we celebrate Mama's Day. So, welcome to Mama's Day. Don't forget to bring Mama's picture for our angelic dance.
Om Shanti, welcome to a Vyakti journey. So now we'll be having new recipe for next Thursday. Let's watch. Om Shanti. Yes, that was so beautiful, right? It looked so nice, right? Let me tell you something about this. So, the pronouns of this dish recipe is kalakand. Okay, I know it's a little difficult to pronounce. From Indian background, of course, it's easy, but in Western, it's not very easy word. But don't worry, it's kalakand, and this toli is very very special in Madhuban. It used to be that whenever we used to go to Dadi Gulzar's cottage, always we used to get fresh kalakand from Dadi Gulzarji's hand, and that's always been like that. So, like Dadiji, Prakash Mani Dadiji, we always used to get Dilkhush Mithai. From Dadi Gulzarji, we used to get kalakand, and Nirvar Bhai ji, we get peda, and it's still there. And Dadi Janki ji, it's all variety kind of toli. But, and of course, most important thing from Dadi Janki ji is nuts. Anyway, so that used to be a kind of very famous, and I'm sure you all must have eaten kalakan when you go to Madhuban. Even in the, like, when you get gift, sometimes they do give that also. So it's very delicious toli, and of course it's only made out of milk, and but it's quite easy recipe if you follow, and I'm sure you will enjoy making it. Right now what you saw, it's this is the recipe for 8 pieces, so each person get only one piece. Okay, so 8 serving means, it doesn't mean that you eat one person eat so many, it's only one piece for one person. So 8 serving, 8 pieces from this recipe. I hope it's clear. So anyway, best of luck for next week, Thursday, Kalakand, and we'll come up with something more and more. And I'm sure we showed you many recipe with milk, but there will be many others with different ingredients also. And for tomorrow, it's a besan laddu, and besan, it means chickpeas flour. So it's easy to. So we'll be having good time making book and offering book to Baba. We had been receiving many, many beautiful experiences and feedback that how much they had enjoyed making book dish, and they have learned a lot. So thank you for sharing your experience. And now let's get our homework for tomorrow.
As we are lost in the love of the one Father, let's all experience this, woman. I, the soul, stay in Father's heart, and the Father stays in my heart.
Yes, बाप के दिल में बच्चे, बच्चों के दिल में बाप. So we are in Father's heart, and Father is in our heart, Bab, Dada, both. So beautiful, Swaman. Thank you so much. I stay in the Father's heart, and the Father is in my heart. So keep this awareness tomorrow. And now it's time to say goodbye and good night. And let's listen from Didi.
Amrit Vela is a good time to practice Soman. And then during day, that awareness will remain whole day. Yes, Kalakand, you can eat one piece, but if somebody wants second, don't say no. Sometimes it does happen. So you don't say that Baba Shrimati only eat one Kalakand piece. No. Yes, Baba will say eat one, so that I always say if you eat little, you can eat for whole life. But if you decide to eat lot, then maybe you will be asked to restrict certain things. No. So I always believe in Dadi Janki saying, eat everything little, little, so that you can eat whole life, right? Okay, thank you very much. And let's remember Baba. And every time, every night before sleeping, we thank you, Baba, for the day and what you provided us, took care of us, your love, gratitude all the time. Before sleeping, we say thank you to Baba and then sleep. So now we do same. We remember Baba and thank him from heart. Om Shanti.
जगदम्बे माँ जगकल्याणी सब शिरोमणि मातु भवानी.
Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Good night, Baba, also.